Hi everybody, welcome to today's live tutorial. I would like to welcome our gorgeous model Lindsay here in studio today. We're going to be doing her makeup and I'm really excited because I'm going to, as I do her makeup, discuss some things with you guys that I think will be helpful. So I'm going to be talking a lot about cooler tones today. Usually when I do makeup on my channel, I love warm tones. I'm really drawn to those colors. They're really flattering, but I am going to do a more cool tone look on Lindsay today. So Lindsay has a color palette in her skin and her eyes that I love. She has beautiful like crystal blue eyes. You can already see them on camera. They're incredible. And she has more of a cool fair undertone. So there's a specific makeup look I love to do for this that I think is so beautiful. So I'm going to demo that for you guys today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and I'll be explaining to you guys and sharing some tips as I go. If you're in the live chat, welcome. Go ahead and drop any questions or comments you have down below. So I'm going to start on Lindsay's eyes today. So I'm going to use the Modern Rennasance palette. There's a color in here called Buon Fresco. It's like a cool toned purple. So it's like a very muted purple. So we're going to be using that in her crease today. Just going to grab a brush. So a lot of times for people, they get very confused like if their undertones are more cool and more warm, and especially in fair skin. And I'll explain that to you guys as I go. With the foundation, we'll talk about undertones in skin and how I match it because it is a little bit difficult in fair skin. But with eyes, with blue eyes, a lot of times to make the blue stand out, you want to do like an orangey color, so like a peach or a pink or a bronze is really pretty. I have a blue eye video on my channel that I'll link at the end of this video using those tones, and they're very pretty. But if you look at the undertones in the eyes, so I'm going to have Lindsay actually look forward into the camera so you can see the undertones in her eyes are like an icy crystal blue. So I know that a purple, something with a blue undertone in the shadow is going to look stunning on Lindsay. She can also do the warmer peachy shadows and they'll be very pretty, but I just know this purple is going to be gorgeous. So that's what we're going to do today. And I love, love, love this look. So I've already done Lindsay's brows, and I'm actually going to show you what I like to do. I haven't applied brow gel yet. So Lindsay has stunning natural brows. You've never plucked, right? Mm-hmm. Or gotten them waxed? So it's all natural. We love them. So what I like to do for brows like that, if I don't trim them or pluck them, I love to just shape them with brow gel. So this is Anastasia brow gel. Just going to get some on a little spoolie. It comes with a spoolie wand, but since I use this on clients, I use little disposable ones. So what I like to do is with natural brows, I generally just shape the tail. So we have a before video of Lindsay. We can play that in a little bit for you guys. But generally what happens with a gorgeous natural brow is we have a lot of fullness in here, but just naturally we don't grow a ton of hair on the tails. So what I did for Lindsay is I just used a blonde brow pencil and I just sculpted in a little bit of an arch and a little bit of a tail down here, and then I blended it with brow powder up to meet in here. So in this part of the brow doesn't have any powder or pencil, but here it does. And so after I do that, I like to brush up the brow with brow gel. I just brush it completely up, and then I'll just smooth the top over a little bit, but you can tell like what a difference just that made in her brow. And if Lindsay even wanted to like do something to her brows but not do any pencil or anything, even just sculpting them with this brow gel is really fun and gives a nice look. It just lifts the eyes a little bit to brush them up like that, and then the gel will hold it. So that's all I'm going to do on her pretty brows. So we're going to go back into with this Buon Fresco color. Go ahead and close for me. So Lindsay has amazing, I've been complimenting them all day. You're probably tired of me complimenting your lashes, but they're so stunning. We'll play her before video now. So in this before video, Lindsay has no mascara. They haven't been curled. Those are her natural lashes. She came in and I was like, oh, I love your mascara. It just looks really natural, but it is her own lashes. So she's a lucky girl. So what I did with Lindsay today is I didn't want to do a strip lash, so I just built a custom lash. So I added little individual lashes with just the temporary day wear glue. And I built those on top of her natural lashes. So she doesn't have a strip. I just kind of enhanced what she had. We kept her on length. I just added some layers. Okay, so now that that is on. I like to, on the lid, add like a flush of a slightly blue base pink. So we're going to mix a couple colors. I'm going to mix the color, I think it's called Vermeer. It's like a pinky champagne color in this palette. And then I'm going to mix another shade. This is by MAC. This is called Girly. I'll hold this one up by Lindsay so you guys can see. So this is a pretty neutral pink. And then I'm going to mix it in with that more cool toned shimmer. And we're going to spread that right across her lid. How often do you wear makeup, Lindsay?
Sometimes I do. I kind of do it every day, but not like full coverage every day. Just kind of like my eyes, because it makes them look a little better.
Go ahead and close for me. You have beautiful eyes. So you do like a little bit of eyeshadow?
Yeah, sometimes maybe none and just like mascara and stuff. But I like to do full coverage sometimes, every once in a while.
Yeah, it's fun to do on occasion. I feel like that's healthy for your skin to just like day to day let it breathe. But when you want to have fun and do more full coverage or do a little more makeup just because it's fun. Okay, so now that that is on, I'm going to apply I want to lighten this up a little bit, so I'm going to apply more of the Vermeer, the champagne color. And because it's a shimmer, it tends to flake off the brush, and because she already has lashes on, I don't want to get dust in that, so I'm just going to spray the brush. This is MAC's Fix Plus powder. It's really good for shimmers, so I'm just going to spread that over top. So we're essentially just layering colors. So if you want to understand this in color theory, just picture being a little kid and playing with finger paints. When you grab, I mean, this is obvious, but when you grab the red and the blue, you're going to make purple and stuff like that. So it's the same with makeup and with shadows. So if you layer two shadows together, those tones are going to combine and you'll create a new color. So mostly what I laid down was that neutral pink on her lid, and it was like a little bit deeper and a little bit neutral. I wanted to cool it down a little bit. So if I top it with this more blue base shimmer, it's going to cool it down and it's going to lighten it up. So, but it's still going to maintain the color of the original shadow, if that makes sense. I think a lot of people, when they do, it sounds self-explanatory, but I think by nature we naturally do this. Like if we don't love the tone of something, we'll throw on another shadow that we want, and it's like we think it's going to top it and become that color, but it doesn't. It becomes a combo of the two. So you can use that to your advantage. It's a good tip to keep from buying tons and tons of makeup. You do not need every color under the sun. You just need a couple you can mix or that work well together. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a purple. This one is also by MAC. This is Deep Damson. It's a really pretty blue-based plum. So I'm going to go ahead and smoke out the outer corner of Lindsay's eyes. And we already did some liner on Lindsay today. I just did the black Anastasia gel liner. Okay, we're going to switch colors. This is Sketch by MAC. Very similar purple. Also sort of like a blue-based plum, sort of an eggplant. Sometimes purple shadows, for me, when you layer them on top of others, they just go in a little too sheer, so some shades work a little bit better than others. What colors do you usually do on your eyes, Lindsay, when you do your eyeshadow? Like tone, like purples, browns?
Sometimes I do a natural brown, or I'll do like a peachy pink sort of, but that's mainly it. I like to do like different eye looks, but I don't think I'm very good at them. But if I don't wear them out. If I do,
you just play it. That's the best way to learn, honestly. It just takes practice to work with your eye shapes and learn what works for you.
Yeah.
That's why I like to feature so many models on my channel and do somebody different every day, because I feel like when we watch YouTube and stuff like that, people that tend to have large makeup channels kind of have the same look about them. And so like what eye makeup look they do wouldn't necessarily translate for everybody. So I like to kind of showcase how different things look on different people. But I love the colors you're using. Those all sound like they'd be perfect on you. I feel like with your tone of eye, like it's like a cool blue, but you can pull off the warmer colors too. Like the peaches would be really pretty on you, anything you want to do.
Yeah.
So this, what I'm doing in the corner, I'm just smoking out. Like you can almost see, I'm only going on the outer corner. If you want to go ahead and close for me, Lindsay. So I'm just starting, not even towards the center, towards the outer corner. And I'm just winging that up a little bit and smoking that out, blending it out, and then lightly putting it in the crease. So with Lindsay's eye shape, she doesn't have a ton of space between her lash line and her brows. Some people have a lot of space, some people it's a little more narrow. So with that, I don't like to add the dark all over. It'll make her eyes kind of look closed, so I like to focus it on the outside. And I also like to do a lot with lashes on Lindsay's eye shape. I feel like it really enhances them without making them feel sort of heavy, if that makes sense. But I love this eye shape that Lindsay has. I actually really like it when the brow and the lid are kind of narrow. You can do those really smoky, beautiful, like intense looks very easily. Okay, go ahead and open. Super pretty. You can see already how those purples are really playing into the blue tones in her eyes. So I'm going to clean up under her eyes. Since we've already done the liner and the lashes, I'm going to move on to the skin. And then after I get her foundation on, we'll come back to the eyes and just see if we need to do any touch-ups or deepen anything up. Your bottom lashes are crazy long too.
Yeah, sometimes they get in the way.
Does your sister have really long lashes too?
Yeah, she does.
Okay, so let's talk about undertones with fair skin. So with more fair skin, I have fair skin too. A lot of us have like a lot of pink in our face, but maybe our chest area and arms are either more neutral or more yellow. So it's a little bit hard to match foundation, and sometimes when you do full coverage, if you don't put some of that pink in, you don't do some blush or some bronzer, it looks a little just washed out. So I am going to do more of a neutral base foundation on her. I like to actually mix a yellow and a pink to get kind of the amount that I want, because I would say she's more cool. Even in her neck, although it's more neutral, it does lean a little bit more towards the pink side, although not as much in her face. So I'm just going to mix a couple shades for her. But I love that. I feel like it's really pretty when people have like a natural flush to the cheeks like Lindsay does. Like you can totally, I mean, you have great skin, you don't need foundation, but it just looks really pretty. Like you already have the look that we would put on you. So it's great. Okay, so I also, before we started, I had Lindsay exfoliate, and then we moisturized her, and I did the Becca Backlight Primer. I have demoed that primer in my skin prep video. I have two of them. I have a product favorite skin prep, and then I have one where I demo everything on my sister. So the Becca Backlight Primer I like to use when I know I'm going to do more of a sheer coverage look, so the primer actually sees through, but it has a lot of reflective glow in it. It's really pretty. So when someone has really even, nice skin like Lindsay, that's a good one to do after the moisturizer. I love these lashes on Lindsay. So we did just like the individual little clusters. You can get them from any brand, but I like to mix the shades. So I do the medium and then the long. And have we flashed her before, Kelly? Okay, so
yeah.
you guys have seen. So I'm just lightly gonna blend this in. I like to do a brush and then go over it with a beauty blender. So I'm just gonna bring this into her hairline. Try not to mess up your cute hair. And then I'm going to do some highlighting under her eyes. So I'm going to show you when I work on more fair skin with sort of pink undertones in it, I love to incorporate under the eye some pink. Actually, I think it's super pretty. I really like the way it looks. Okay, I'm going to have you kind of turn towards me a little bit just so I do this side. I'm gonna check in on our people in our live chat. Welcome. We're so happy to have you. I'm gonna get it to load. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop those. Here in my face. Oh, hi, Linda. She says, excited to see this as I have cool, leaning, neutral undertones. Oh, perfect. So you sound like you're very similar to our beautiful model today. Lindsay, she says, your eyes are gorgeous, and so are you. She is. They're very beautiful. Hi, Angelique. She said, missed the beginning, but love that you do a cool tone look on fair skin. Beautiful already. Okay, and then what brush am I using to apply the foundation? This is the e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is the Ultimate Blending Brush. They do also have a foundation brush, but it's a little bit smaller. I actually like that one for cream contours. So for foundation, I like the Ultimate Blending Brush. It's a little bit bigger. So I'm going to bring this down onto Lindsay's neck a little bit just to blend it. Okay. So now this is also e.l.f. e.l.f. actually has some really good complexion tools. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend the foundation. I really like topping foundation after I apply it with the brush. I like topping it with a sponge. This was a clean, damp sponge, but you can see it has a little bit of foundation on it now. So what it's doing is it's just absorbing some of the foundation that I applied on Lindsay. So I'm pressing it into the skin to further blend it and make it more airbrush, and then I'm also absorbing the excess. So Lindsay has such great skin. I don't want to do full coverage, but I do want to slightly even things out, so this is a good technique for that. Okay, so for the under eye area, I will show you guys how I like to highlight. So we're going to use my very lightest couple shades. So this is the shade Vanilla by NARS. This is a creamy radiant color. And it's a very fair color, and it has a little bit of pink undertones. So we're going to do that under the eyes. I'm going to show you guys so you can see the difference between pink. So I put the NARS shade in Vanilla, and then I put the Tarte Shape Tape shade on here as well. So I'm going to actually hold these up by Lindsay. So this is the palette I've been working on for her face today. These are all the colors I've been mixing off camera. So this is the one I'm going to use. You can see how these are both the same tone, but this one looks more yellow, and this one has pink in it. It looks you can see the red in it. If you mixed a little bit of red in this, it would turn into that. So that's what I like for under eyes with fair skin. Even if they have yellow undertones, I generally tend to do this. It's really pretty. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. It just brightens things. With fair skin, you do tend to see things will look a little more blue around the eyes. So I primed her eyelid with a yellow based concealer, and I brought that down into the inner corner just to color correct that slightly. So I do that first, and then I like to top it with this like more cool toned color underneath. And I'm just barely doing anybody or not anybody, any product. And I love to do the upside down triangle under the eye. I love to brighten everything. The only time I wouldn't, I feel like the new trend on YouTube, people are like, oh, don't highlight under the eyes. But if done correctly, it's gorgeous, and people still do it. It's not an old trend. The only time it doesn't work is if you go too light with your concealer and you're not doing a really heavy highlighted and contouring look. Or if you have naturally like eye bags, like really heavy skin under your eyes, and you see sort of a line, then I do not lean with the concealer. But other than that, I almost always do, and I think it looks really pretty. So pretty. Okay, so we're gonna do a cream blush on Lindsay. This is the Senna blush palette. So I really like this color. I think it's Uplift. I don't think they sell single shades. I think you have to get the whole palette. But this one, it's a really fun color. I am wearing it today, and it's gonna look different on me than Lindsay, but we're gonna put that on Lindsay today. So it looks really funny in palette. It's like a super pastel, like really light pink, but it's stunning on the skin. It's really pretty. Okay, so I like to put it on my hand, and then I'm just lightly gonna put it on her cheeks. And this is a cool tone pink. It has more of a blue undertone. So for the sake of this video, when I am talking about cool, I mean something with blue in it. So even if it looks a little bit neutral, it's like it definitely has some blue in there. But there's a lot of colors that have more cool tones that aren't just like the purples and pinks. Even browns, even neutrals, you can get palettes that are just more of like a neutral tone, more so than like the really kind of orangey shades that are popular right now, the orangey browns. Okay, look forward for me. So pretty, but see how brightening that is? We're kind of putting back in that beautiful natural pink tones Lindsay had in her cheeks. We're just cooling it down a little bit. I love this color on the lid actually too. So I was kind of trying with eyeshadows to replicate this tone of pink, like this bright pastel blue base pink is really pretty. Okay, so for lips, we're gonna do a pink as well, but we're gonna do, let's see, we're gonna mix a couple things. I think I mostly want to do a gloss on you today. I'm gonna do a nude lip, and then we're gonna top it with this really pretty bright pink gloss to give it a little more pink. This is the NYX liner in shade Natural. So this is more like a natural lip tone. It's actually slightly warm because most people's lips have more of that red undertone. So this is meant to mimic like a natural lip. So I'm gonna apply this just to give her lips some shape, and then we're gonna top it with a lipstick. And as always, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. There's a little bit of a lag, so it takes a while for them to show up, but now while I'm doing lips is a fantastic time to get your questions answered, because I can't talk to Lindsay. She can't answer my questions when I'm doing your lips. I love, love, love this shade. So this NYX pencil, I use it lately. If you've been watching my videos, I use it on almost everybody. It's such a perfect natural lip shade. It reminds me so much of the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. So it's kind of a good dupe for that. That's more of like a high-end product. But you can tell I love it. I just got this and it's almost gone. I've been using it on everybody. But I really love it to apply as a base, and then apply my whatever tone of lipstick I want on top of it. I feel like they all look good. Always, always. Depending on the person, sometimes I like to apply a little bit of foundation on the lips. And I think I did a little bit of that on Lindsay. And then I like to go ahead and sculpt out a shape with the liner. Go ahead and close for me. Good. So we're going to go ahead. I'm not sure which nude I'm going to use today on Lindsay, because I want one that's going to pull pink with the lip gloss. But I'm going to take my little lip brush and just feather out this line of liner. So I outline the lips, but then I do bring it in a little bit. This looks more natural that way. And you can skip this step. Liner's not necessary, but I really like it. Okay, someone said, I would love to see you do a full glam look on somebody. I would love to too. We've been doing more natural looks lately just because it's summer and people like to be more fresh and minimal, but I love full glam. I got you. We'll get somebody in studio soon, because that would be fun. Okay, let's do Honey Love. that one. Let's see. Nope, let's do Myth. So I'm going to do a nude on her. I just want to find one with the right sort of undertone. And then we'll top it with that gloss. Someone else said, yes, I would love that too. If possible, again, cool tone fair skin. That actually would be fun. I don't think, I've done full glam on my channel, but I don't think I've done like a cool full glam look on somebody yet. That would be fun. I love full glam for sure. I feel like my style is probably more natural glam. Just, I think because I have done so many weddings in my makeup career, people like to like look really done up and really perfect, but not too over the top. But I love it. I love that idea. We'll get somebody in studio and do something super glam. Okay, so this is very, very nude. We don't have really any pink in this yet. This is nude. And sometimes I love this, like with a purple eye and a pink cheek. I feel like a nude lip is very flattering. It keeps things from looking too like Barbie. Like if you're super pink everywhere, sometimes something feels a little bit off. If you don't nail your tones, sometimes doing pink and purple in the eyes, pink cheeks, pink lips, if your tones aren't consistent, sometimes it looks off to me. So sometimes I will pair it just with a nude like this and love it and be done. But I do want to show you guys with the pink. So this is Buxom. This is Pink Lady. I love, love, love this color. It has a little bit more of a peach in it than the other colors in her look, but it is still that kind of like cotton candy pink. Like it pairs really well with that blue-based cheek color we did on her today. So we're gonna pop this over. And these glosses are such a great topper. Like they really pull, like even though her lipstick color has no pink in it, this topper is gonna do a great job of pulling pink into her lips. If you like a complete kohl-based lip and you want to do pink, I love Angel by MAC. I love Cream Cup by MAC. Cream Cup is kind of a good neutral. Like you can wear it with a warm look or a cool look. And then Snob by MAC. I think I'm actually wearing Snob today by MAC. That's really pretty. That's like a very blue-based pink, but it's super pretty. And all of those I love, like if they're a little too cool for you, like they feel a little too blue, you can use like a neutral liner, like I was saying, like a lip cheat. And they'll look a little more wearable. But those are all like, those are my favorite pinks. Okay. Angelique says, most full glam on YouTube are warm tone and don't suit me. It would be so interesting to see a cool tone. Yeah, I agree. We'll get that on the channel for you, Angelique. That would be really fun. Okay, guys, let's one more time flash Lindsay's before so you guys can see. Actually, I'm gonna add a little purple under the eyes, but we can still flash her before right now. And then we'll show cute Lindsay. So I'm gonna go back into those shades by MAC. They're almost identical. They look different in pan. It's Sketch and it's Deep Damson. They look a little bit different in pan, but on the skin, they're kind of the same to me. Look up. So I'm just going to bring a little bit of smoke under the eyes. This is just like a flat shader brush. I really like this for under the eyes when I add the darker colors because you can concentrate it right by the lash line. Okay, go ahead and look forward. Linda says, you're absolutely beautiful. She is. Are you ready to see?
Sure.
You excited? Here you go.
Wow. This looks really nice. I like the little natural, like, pink on the cheek.
Me too. It's a pretty blink. Maybe I'll send you home with that. It's like a cream blush because the cream blushes are really pretty with no foundation too. Like if you don't want to wear any foundation, you just want a little something, they're really pretty. You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you for being my model. You were fantastic.
You're welcome. I had a lot of fun.
You were so great. And thank you guys for watching. We love those of you that join us live. We're so grateful for your comments and for those of you guys that watch the replay. I appreciate you too. We will not be live tomorrow. Producer Kelly is going to be at the beach. We're happy for her, but sad for us. But we'll be back on Monday. So we always live stream Monday through Thursday around 10 a.m. Pacific time. So we will see you guys next Monday for Makeover Monday. It's going to be fun. See you guys.